Alright, what's going on, y'all? It's Cooper here, one half of FCSN, and today I'm joined by the other half, Fo Free. We're doing a lot more of this in the future. Now, both of us had a lot of time freed up on our hands. We'll be doing this, a lot of discussion and debate type videos, as well as a weekly recap in the world of sports. We're going to branch out a little bit, do a weekly recap with that. Might have some guests on there as well. That's coming up in the future, so stay tuned for that. This video is going to be about Jameis Winston versus Marcus Mariota, but before we jump into that, a few quick updates. We both made an Ask FM. Those links will be down in the description below. If you have any college football questions, leave them to me. And then if you have any NFL questions, leave them to him. And we'll be doing Q&A live type videos for you guys, and just kind of discussion about that. We really want to get discussion with the subscribers and get involved with that. And then we made an Instagram as well, where I will be posting uniform concepts if you're into that kind of stuff. Enough of that, though. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this. Before we even get started, down in the comment section below, let us know your thoughts on it, because I know this is a very controversial topic. With that said, let's jump into it. Jameis Winston, Marcus Mariota, both outstanding players. For us, what do you think made each of them so successful at the collegiate level?
Jameis Winston of Florida State Seminoles, what made him so good was his leadership. In 2013, we led that team to a national championship. You could tell off the field in the locker room he was the #1 guy. He's got very good accuracy, fits balls into tight holes, has great arm strength and anticipation. Marcus Mariota, the Heisman winner this year, has great size at 6'4", 211, and he has rare athleticism for being that big. And he just put up stats through that offense. That's what made him good at Oregon University.
I agree. I think Jameis Winston did have his off-the-field issues, but I think overall, like when he steps between those sidelines, he's a hot character guy. He will get your guys ready to play. Jameis Winston's the kind of guy you want to fight for. He's really fired up. He gets the whole team behind him, and you saw that at Florida State, and he led him to the national championship in his freshman season. Definitely a big guy, has a strong arm. Like I said, can fit the ball through tight windows. That's the thing that impresses me most about Jameis Winston. He's got a cannon of an arm. He rears back and just fires that thing when he needs to and moves the chains. And definitely a big guy, tough to bring down. Marcus Mariota, very smart guy. He does not waste the football. He does not turn it over. He makes the smart plays. He's able to extend the plays with his legs. He's got great intangibles. No off-the-field issues at all. He had a speeding ticket. We're not going to get too into that. Overall, he's a great guy. And he's just a very impressive athlete. With that said, where do you see these guys fitting in the NFL? And what do you think maybe their strengths and weaknesses are heading to that next level?
The big comparison between the two is Marcus Mariota's transition from a kind of system quarterback, rolling out of the pocket, only making one read, to being a pocket passer. And Jameis Winston, the big thing everybody's talking about is his off-the-field issues and his mentality. So if I can see them doing that, I see Jameis Winston maybe going to the Tampa Bay Bucaneers with Mike Evans, and Vincent Jackson. And then I see Mariota maybe sliding to the Jets with Chan Gailey, maybe can adapt his scheme to any quarterback with spread formation.
Yeah, I agree. I think Jameis Winston is just ready right now to go. He's played in a pro-style offense at Florida State. He's proven he can make NFL-type throws. Yeah, he struggled a little bit with interceptions, but I think it had to do a lot with his young receivers, and his offensive line play was inconsistent. It got better, and you saw he improved. His interceptions went down as his offensive line improved later in the year. So I definitely think that's not going to be an issue going to the next level. I think he'll throw some picks. I think he takes a lot more risks than Mariota, but I think overall it won't kill him like that. His interceptions will not be his downfall. With Mariota, I think he's a project. I'm not ready to say he's going to be a bust. I'm not going to downgrade him that much. I think he'll be a good player. I just don't think he's just the NFL type of quarterback you're looking for. It's very system oriented. He only threw 11 picks. Yeah, he was smart and he didn't turn the ball over, but at the same time, he wasn't making a lot of difficult throws. With that Oregon system, they focused on a lot of checkdowns, and then they wear the defense down and then take that home run ball. He did a good job of hitting it. I'm not knocking the guy. He made the plays, but at the same time, I think a little bit of a product of the system, and we haven't seen that Oregon system produce many NFL quarterbacks. So that's the one thing I got to knock him for with that. But I think he's got the intangibles. He can extend his feet, play with his feet. I think that will definitely help him the next level.
Just don't be surprised on draft day if he starts to slip just because of these reasons.
Yeah, I mean, on the tape, there's Jameis Winston, I think, is starting to slip away a little bit. You've seen that with a lot of these guys and analysts and stuff. Let's talk a little bit of that head-to-head matchup that these guys have in Rose Bowl.
I mean, I guess they have to value a little bit because it's one-on-one, quarterback versus quarterback, team versus team. But in that game, it kind of went the wrong way for Jameis and the right way for Mariota. Once the Oregon Ducks got ahead, it kind of started steamrolling for Oregon, and then Jameis Winston couldn't really bring his team back because they were down by so much.
I definitely agree. I think they both played very well early on in the game. Mariota's threw a pick. I'm not too worried about it. They both led their teams in that first half, had a tight game going early on in the third quarter. And then Florida State just got like fumbleitis. They started fumbling the ball all over the place. And then Oregon capitalized. They got all kinds of momentum, and then Mariota heated up. And I think it was kind of out of Jameis Winston's hands at that point. Like, he really couldn't do as much as he could. You need somebody behind you. It's football. You have 11 guys in the field for a reason. I don't know. I don't think you should look at it too much. I think you should more look at the overall body of work. Jeff Long loves that word, but I don't think you should look at it too much. Moving on though, where do you see? Let's say Mariota goes number 1. How far do you see Jameis slipping? If I know people say he might side of the Jets, but past that, is there anywhere you see? Or how would he fit in with the Jets? And then vice versa. If Jameis went number 1, how far do you see Mariota possibly sliding and where he could fit in?
Let's see. I mean, if Mariota went number 1, I guess Winston to the Jets maybe. Going down, maybe the Rams with Bradford being hurt, not seeing if they're going to keep holding on to him because he keeps getting injured. The Browns with Johnny Manziel, you never know what's going to happen there. So there's a couple of teams sliding down. I think there's going to be vice versa. And if you look at all the teams, Mariota could slip all the way down past 20 to the Philadelphia Eagles. We always got to keep that in the back of our head with Chip Kelly in that offense. So,
and you never know. They possibility if Mariota did fall. I'm not saying he will. The Eagles might be interested.
You're right.
Trading up.
You're right.
We could definitely see that. I know you mentioned this earlier. If Mariota was to go to the Jets, or not even the Jets, let's just say he fell a little bit. Would you be the type of guy to sit Mariota out a year because he's not ready for the pro system right away? I'm not saying he's not able to pick it up, but would it benefit him more to
I think it would unless he went to a team like the Eagles where they already got a system to fit his game. Because like if he goes to the Jets, there was a game last year where they only threw the ball 8 times. I mean, they run the ball with Ivory and Johnson, so I just think it would be tough for him to sit back in the pocket and really get crushed back there instead of sitting out a year and learning and from the NFL.
And you think Jameis?
I think he is, just because the different offenses he ran. He was a pocket passer, handed the ball off a couple times, 5-step drops. So I think he's more prepared than Mariota is.
And those last 2 Florida State quarterbacks both played in the NFL. They've proven they can produce NFL talent. Maybe they haven't been the greatest, but that just shows the system gets guys ready to go. When it all comes down to it, you're the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, first overall pick. You're the GM.
I'm taking Jameis Winston, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. If he changes mindset and he doesn't do anything stupid, because we all know where that's sticking up. Yeah. But like we said, his leadership, the 2013 championship, he's leader inside the locker room, outside the locker room. The teammates said they loved him, and his arm strength and just everything he does in the pocket, and a leader as a quarterback.
I definitely agree. If I have the first pick, I'm taking Jameis Winston. He's got the intangibles. He's got the big arm. He can make all the throws in the field. Maybe a little bit off the field issues, but he's a good guy. I think like on the field, he's a guy. Like I said earlier, guys want to play for Jameis Winston. He gets your team behind you. He leads them to victory. Mariota, like, I'm not discrediting him at all. A great player. It's just I'm number 1. I'm taking Jameis Winston. That's who I want. That's all we got for you guys. Make sure you guys follow us both on Twitter. Those links are down in the description below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Like I said, the comment section below. This is a free for open debate. There's a lot of discussion here. Everyone has their own opinion. Let us know why you have one guy better than the other. That's all we got for you. This is Cooper.
For free.
Okay.